Alright, welcome back. Now, a couple days ago, I have messed up with the upload schedule. I have released the Apocalypse video a little bit too early, and that made me a little bit mad because I messed up the schedule somehow, but it happens. So, I went back and reworked the video. I have added new fights, and of course, I have added the face cam with the green screen behind me. Now, I'm a little bit worried about the balance patch. I'm not really sure how it will affect the Apocalypse, but there's a big chance that this ship will be heavily nerfed. We will see what will happen. Now, I have changed the rigs on this ship a little bit. I have added the targeting rigs. Now the Apocalypse will lock on targets a lot faster, which should mean that I will be able to apply damage a couple seconds faster than before, which is going to be important against ships that are fast or ships that will try to escape in the bubble, or ships that will try to take range. Although I have 150-kilometer range with the pulse lasers on the Apocalypse, so even if they take range, they're not going to go very far because lasers will still hit even at very long range. Okay, now there has been a lot of weird activity around our home system lately, and I want to show you one very hilarious moment as the first battle today. Now, you might notice that there's a decent local spike going on here, and this is something that I personally never seen before. We haven't had something like this ever happen actually. So yeah, we are getting jumped by a bunch of cruisers. Okay, well, this is about to be fun. Trainers, Omen trainers. Well, let the feast begin. It's free fire for all ships that are currently on the gate. We have 2 Apocalypse strikers and a bunch of other ships. There's a bubble, and we have also 1 frigate that is a tackle frigate. Now I'm spamming the lock on button here just so that I can nail as many ships as possible. I don't want to miss any kills, you know. And we had a couple of these ships were actually very expensive. Surprisingly, I mean, a trainer to be expensive, that is something ain't right there, right? And they just keep on warping in one after the other. It was actually hilarious. We have killed like I don't know, like 10 ships, and the video barely started. This is about to be a very hilarious one. And we're all confused. Everyone in the chat is now confused, in the corp chat. And there is still ships warping in. Okay. Now, this could be a multi-boxer, could be bots, but I personally haven't seen a bot with that name, so I don't know. If you have any answers to that, please do tell me, because I have no idea what just happened. We are, let's say, very confused as to what just happened here. But it was a bloodbath, a Omen trainer bloodbath. Okay, let's take a look at the combat log, because I haven't killed all of them. That's a lot of trainers, and they were carrying some of them were carrying the thing from the new event, one of the event boxes. Not really sure why are the bots carrying event boxes, but they are actually doing that for some reason. Now, next 2 targets. We have dual Apocalypse strikers that have engaged our fleet. Now, it's not a good idea to actually spread fire if you are in a fleet. Focus fire is usually the best thing that you should do, that you can do in the case of getting jumped. And well, we did make a little mistake by raining fire on these two targets, but the first Apocalypse Striker went down, and now we are shooting down the second Apocalypse Striker. Okay, two of these ships have been destroyed. I expected that I'm the primary target, but somehow I went through this encounter without a scratch. Those two ships were focusing at our Macarials. Looks like they don't like to see a Macaria fleet. I mean, a Macaria has a lot of DPS, so it's understandable. 2.8 billion was the first Apocalypse, and they used beam lasers. Now, beam lasers are good if you have a sniper build, but if you plan to engage someone who is at a gate, pulse lasers are the way to go. And the fun fact is, they have engaged first. They jumped in and immediately started to shooting at our ships. So I'm not really sure what they have planned, but that's what happens. Now the next target. Oh, we have a Balgorn. Now, I don't usually like to engage Balgorns with the Apocalypse Striker, mostly because the Balgorn has the potential to easily kill an Apocalypse Striker. They are the best 1v1 battleships in the game. However, this Balgorn is rather going down very fast, and that made me a little bit curious. So I am at 49 kilometers away from this Balgorn. At this range I should be safe from the lasers and from the Nosferatus from the Balgorn. However, still be careful, you never know what build this ship has installed. And the Balgorn is destroyed. That was very nice. Okay, now let me take a look on the kill here. Aha. Okay. Yeah, this explains why the Balgorn went down fast. No builds. But you know what I say? I like to say, if your ship has no builds, then you have the best build in the game. I mean, having no build in some cases is actually the better choice. You know what I mean? You know the joke that I'm trying to do here, but it's like 2 AM. I'm a little bit sleepy, so my apologies if my jokes are terrible today. The next target was a assault destroyer, Talbot 2 assault, and these little ships are usually very interesting to shoot down because most of them are expensive, and the loot ferry wasn't very generous to us, unfortunately. The loot ferry didn't give us the B-type missile launchers. Next target we have one succubus that's burning through the gate. Perfect distance, perfect range. They survived the first hit. The second hit did destroy the faction frigate. I always love to shoot down these frigates. It's so satisfying to just slap them with the lasers off this mighty battleship. 492 million is, you know, they had a reactive shield hardener. You know, why a reactive shield hardener? I mean, it kind of works against a laser ship, I guess, but I'm not really sure how it will work against multiple ships or against other ships. Next we have a Hurricane Logistics. And the Hurricane got yeeted. Nice. Always nice to destroy a logistic Hurricane. These ships are very popular and very nice and very fun to fly, although I haven't really been flying one myself, but I see what other players do with them. This ship had expensive rigs, 409 million, only with rigs, so this was advanced insurance fraud. Next we have an Apocalypse that has a very suspicious looking nanocore. they have a nanocore that almost looks like my own nanocore here. So I believe we used the same nanocore, almost with the same color pattern as well. Okay. Very nice. Well, that was quick. I mean, tier 9 battleship, and as you can see, our ships almost had the same look. For a second I thought that was an Apocalypse Striker, but I was wrong. That was only the tier 9 Apocalypse. Okay, let's take a look at the kill here. You know, this hair is actually pissing me off a little bit. It's going in my eyes. Like, do I just have to like record like this? I mean, 614 million ISK is this Apocalypse, and it pisses me off that it goes in my eyes all the time when I try to record. Like, when I play, it's always in place. When I record, it goes in my eyes and in the ruins, like ruins what I see on the screen. Kind of pisses me off a little bit, but yeah. And here we go again. Goes in my eyes. Lovely. Probably need to go and cut it at one point. So, we have a incoming Bellicose Covertops 2. And an Astero, surprisingly. Jackpot, not going to complain. Primary target will be the Astero. Of course, I have to kill the Astero first. I don't care if the Bellicose drops Sino, the Astero has to be the primary target. Okay, Astero heated with only one laser. Now the second laser is for the Bellicose. Bellicose seems to be going towards the gate, completely ignoring the Apocalypse and the bubble ship. And the Bellicose has been destroyed. Okay, double kill. If you played the 1999 Unreal Tournament, you know the voice that's used to play when you get a double kill, multi-kill, monster kill and things like that. I miss that game. I played that as a kid a lot. It was a glorious game, one of the best games ever made if you ask me. Well then, this wasn't a Sino ship, but that Asteroid didn't drop anything useful, unfortunately. However, the other ship was quite interesting. Now, next target we have one Cyclone, and the Cyclone got destroyed. Okay. And judging by the fact on how many missions I did with that one kill, I was a beefy Cyclone. Okay, 358 million ISK. You know, pretty solid build actually. Dual medium shield boosters. Warp core stabs, a pretty expensive Cyclone. Hopefully my microphone is actually working. I would be very sad if my microphone is not working. Sometimes it just doesn't work for some reason. I mean, yeah, this contraption with with some headphones hanging off of it. This is what I call microphone, by the way. Because the main microphone doesn't work, so yeah, I broke it. So I have to buy a new one probably at one point. This was a Probe Explorer. Quite a very interesting ship to encounter. Or perhaps I should do the ring cosplay, because this hair just pisses me off. Anyway, back to the Explorer. 859 million ISK. Unfortunately, the most expensive stuff did not drop, and the most expensive stuff was the scanners. This was a Garmur faction frigate that got yeeted pretty quickly as well. Always love to shoot down these small ships, it's fun. What kind of curse is this? Yeah, let's ignore this build. Yeah, let's ignore this build. Yeah. Let's ignore this build. Let's just not look at that. That was a very sad. That was a very, very sad Garmur frigate. And this was another Astra. Was it like? let's ignore the armor kill for now. That's going to be definitely featured on the cursed build section this week, hopefully, if I don't forget. 1.1 billion. The loot fairy is not very generous to us. The loot fairy said no, I guess, and no scanners for us. No scanner for us today. For now, that is. I mean, who knows what we will encounter later on. Nereus 2 also got yeeted pretty quickly. Nereus 2, let's take a look. 643 million. Oh, we missed an Orca. Oh no. Well, pretty good kill. Unfortunately, the Orca blueprint did not drop. I would love to have an Orca blueprint in my collection. But we have this little blueprint for the mining drones, I guess. That works. And I also love how there's a dreadnought just lurking below me. I haven't seen that dreadnought on time. 80 million ISK for a Orca blueprint. That thing became a lot cheaper than I expected. Next we have a Moa Guardian, and this is just the thing that I use to record this, if you can see. Yeah. Also nice little feature on this, you know, I can boot up the game at the same time and play. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks kind of like this, you know. 420 million ISK is this Moa Guardian. Playing the game on a tablet is just very nice. It's hard to go back on a phone after you play on a tablet. I can see why. Next we have a Kruor. Well, the Kruor is gone, unfortunately. There goes the poor faction frigates. We have destroyed a lot of faction ships today. Very interesting. I love the traffic in this system. Well then, Vriolika's small Nosferatu, and we also got Blood Raider debris. We have another Nereus 2. Okay, I'm getting carried away by the game that's currently online here. I'm waiting for something to finish cooldown so that I can try something out. Next we have another Bellicose Covertops. Now I thought that this Covertops is a Sino, but unfortunately it's not, and there is a Myrmidon that jumped in. Okay. And the Bellicose is getting yeeted. They are trying to burn through the gate, but that did not work. We did miss the Myrmidon has escaped, unfortunately. But we got the Bellicose, which is, you know, still a nice kill. Could actually be the better kill. Was a pretty good kill, 491 million. A very solid target painter build. Finally, a Bellicose that uses target painters. Haven't really seen a lot of Bellicose core-top ships that use target painters. Which is sad, that ship has a very solid bonus on target painters. Okay, now we have an Oracle coming in, and perhaps there is more ships coming in after the Oracle. I'm having some real life PvP with a fly over here that's flying around my head. Not really sure if you can see it on camera, but there's a fly. I'm having PvP with a fly here. Well, double kill again. We got the Oracle and we got a Imicus high mobility. Now, a little fun fact: a Imicus high mobility never dropped anything of value, ever. Like, we killed thousands of these ships and they never dropped anything of value. Usually empty or, you know, very low risk. A shield tank, passive shield tank, Oracle. Interesting idea. Although I'm not really sure if it can work on an Oracle. Next we have a Hurricane Logistics. Also a pretty interesting ship to encounter. Could be quite, you know, as I said before, can be a very fun ship. Okay, this ship also got yeeted pretty hard. Okay, now let's take a look at the kill. Just checking if the microphone is working. On the other screen here I can see the lines go up and down, and they're a little bit low. They're not as high as they used to be, so I got a little bit worried. Okay, next we have a tornado, also got eaten pretty hard. Well, it's still alive, but it's going to get eaten very soon. Okay, there goes the tornado. Nice. I will do the ring impression on the end of this video as a joke, because I don't know, the hair is making this recording a little bit too hard this time, and I'm getting a little bit salty. It gets in my eyes every time when I try to do something like this. Okay, next target we had a prophecy command. Now for this ship I did use the siege mode just in case. Didn't really want the ship to be alive for a very long time. And this is a very interesting build. A remote shield repair prophecy, which is a armor tank prophecy. Next target we have a prototype. Now this prototype is a little bit suspicious. They yeeted in, and looks like they are a shield tank, which they should be a shield tank. Don't armor tank the Yang ships, they're not good for armor tank. They're hull and shield tanks, surprisingly. Okay, let's take a look at the prototype kill here. Yeah, passive, my apologies, active PvP build. Interesting. This is why you don't judge the book by its cover. Could be something like that. You never know what these ships can do. This was a classic cover tops. Classic tier 8 cover tops. I'm just checking something out. Okay, that was a classic cover tops. 90 million wasn't a Sino ship. Now I was told that usually the Celestis and RB are used as Sino ships, which I can see why. I mean, I think we used the Celestis cover tops for Sino at one point. Nowadays I'm not really sure what we use for Sino. I don't really open Sino a lot. I use anything like Stratius. I mean, a Sino Stratius, don't do that, by the way, that's a bad idea. Now this interceptor was a little bit suspicious, not really sure what they were trying to do. So I have triple whapped them and scrambled them, and well, we destroyed that interceptor. I thought that they might try to tackle us for a fleet that might be on the way, but it wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. And let's take a look at the kill. 72 million. Oh, okay. So this was a classic PvP interceptor. Although not really sure why they yeeted their ship in this fleet. I have triple webs and a scramble for these small ships, just if a situation like that happens. So next we have another interdictor. Let's quickly shoot this thing down. Not really sure why we have so many of these ships lurking around. I mean, I'm not complaining, but you know, you have to be a little bit suspicious when there is a lot of suspicious ships just flying through your system. Usually, if the traffic is mission ships, then that's what you expect. But when the traffic becomes, you know, PvP ships, then you know things are getting a little bit, you know, suspicious here and there, because it can happen that someone is planning something to surprise you. You know, like they tried to surprise us a couple days ago with the capital ship killer fleet that failed, by the way. We have a Imicus cover tops. Could be potentially quite expensive. And the Imicus got sent back to Yita. Not a bad kill. I'm happy with a 159 million cover tops kill. They were carrying around planetary materials. Can be sold on the market for a decent price. Next, we have a Omen Navy. Okay. Let's quickly yeet this thing. Okay, nice. Oh, my friend just lost a Vigilant. Hold a second, what happened here? What happened here? Oh no. Oh no. Cinnabal is dangerous. I guess. Yeah, it happens, not a big deal. You win some, you lose some. 104 million kill on the Omen Navy. My apologies. I'm getting a little bit sleepy here. It's like 3 a.m. almost. I record late at night because during the day I have no, well, obviously I have no peace to record on in peace. So yeah, whatever. I'm getting sleepy here. My apologies for that. Magnet cover tops. Hopefully this one is also as expensive as the first one. Well, not okay. Pretty cheap one. Alright, let's go to the next target over here. We have a Celestis Interdictor. Interdictor died very quickly. That's a little bit suspicious, you know. Let's take a look at the kill. Was empty. That explains why it went down so fast. Empty ships die very quickly. Next we have a Ferox. And the Ferox is destroyed. Oh, it missed! How? How did I miss that one? I have like 150 kilometer range with the pulse lasers, and it missed on 71. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Let's take a look at the kill. Okay, not bad. A full Mark 7 and Mark 5 build. You know, the scanner, I like how the most expensive thing on on the Ferox actually dropped. The most expensive thing dropped, which is a very good thing to happen. However, I wish that the scanners that we had earlier that they did drop were quite expensive. Okay, that was a nice kill as well. Was only a Omen Navy, but you know, a kill is a kill. One day we will get a Omen Navy that will have like 800 million in loot. I mean, it already happened once, so it can happen again. Next we have a Manticore, a Bomber. They survived the first hit, okay. But the second hit was enough to shoot down the Bomber. Nice. The Bombers can be quite expensive. I mean, I like expensive ships. I mean, you all know that I like expensive ships. I used to fly super expensive ships, to be honest, but not anymore. Now the ships became a little bit, you know, a little bit cheaper. Next we have a Hurricane prototype. I have to go and stitch something up later, so that's why I have this thing in my hands. I have to put it down. I get distracted by it. Just remind myself that I have to stitch up some things that are broken. Okay, 222 million ISK. A very solid build. Very solid kill as well. Now, if you remember, at the very start of the video, we had a lot of, I would say perhaps bots, but at the same time, I'm reading on Discord already here that it might be a multi-boxer. I got no idea. In the first like 12 kills that were Omen trainers for some reason, perhaps part of a multi-boxer fleet. I personally like have no idea what it could be. But these ships here that you are seeing that I'm shooting down, they are definitely bots, and for some reason they have found interest in flying through Syndicate, and they met the bubble, they met the camp. So yeah, didn't end well for them. And the fun fact, the sad fun fact actually, I said this before many times, but these bots have actually a better build than most actual players to fly a Mauler. And how do we explain that? No idea. I have no explanation on how that happens. How does a bot have a better build than an actual player? No idea, but it is what it is. I'm not making this up. I wish I did, but I'm not. And we have nailed a bunch of Maulers that are all built about the same way. You might be wondering, what are those Maulers actually doing? They're actually farming high sec missions. And with that, well, we have reached the end of this video. I enjoy flying the Apocalypse Striker. It's such a fun ship to fly. And well, was a very, I would say, very good run so far in the game. If when I think about it, really looking forward to see what happens to the Apocalypse after the balance patch. Fingers crossed that the ship is not getting butchered to uselessness, but could happen. Anything is possible. So with that being said, hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.